My entitled mother thinks my boyfriend is possessed by the devil. Buckle up, this is going to be one hell of a ride. So, a quick backstory. As soon as I grew up and at least became a teenager, me and my mom, who we'll call M, have never really gotten along aside from just living together. We'd get into arguments constantly, and, in recent years, they've only gotten worse. On New Year's Eve, me and my 14-year-old brother, B, were almost kicked to the curb because we refused to respect her. This was all because I told her to stop prying into B's private life so she could find out if he either had a GF or was gay. M was terrified that B might be gay. The day she almost kicked us out was the day I decided I needed to go, and, sure enough, I hit the recruiting office a few months later. I had to lose about 20 pounds before joining, and left home for Navy boot camp. This is when I meet my soon-to-be boyfriend, who we'll call BF. To make a longer story short, we met at the place where they process recruits, and immediately hit it off before taking a 3-hour flight to boot camp, and then to the same class in our training school. I'm about 3 weeks into job training when I tell M that me and BF hooked up. Let's keep in mind, M has argued with me over the fact that she didn't want me dating any women, couldn't stand the idea that I was not open to any relationships and didn't have a boyfriend in high school, and has even stopped me on the way to the bathroom to let me know that she wants grandchildren and, I had you when I was your age. I just want you to think about that. So you'd think she'd be ecstatic that I finally had a BF now, right? Wrong. Anytime I called her to talk about anything to do with BF, I would always get a muted response or some petty comment like, well, he's a man, he's supposed to do that sort of thing for ladies. I can't say that she hated BF from the start, but she definitely never liked him. Now here's where the story begins. I call M one day, sobbing, when me and BF got into a huge argument spawned by stress from work. The biggest mistake and my only regret in this whole story was making the comment, it's like he's a different person. To make a note, my family is super religious and spiritual, so we believe in angels, demons, spirits, and things alike. The only person who isn't into that sort of stuff is ST, who always reaffirmed us that he was atheist, which is something that drove M up a wall. It's like a switch flipped inside of M's brain, and this is the paraphrased version of that conversation. M, you have to break up with him. Me, still sobbing, what? Why? M, he's possessed by the devil. You can't bring that sort of thing into my house. Me, but he's not. M, you can't bring that thing into my house. It's either me or him. Me, but I don't want to choose, I can't choose. M, sure you can. We've been with you your whole life and you've only known this guy for half a year. Make a choice or you're out. Things just kept getting uglier by the day. For over a month, me and BF go in circles trying to appease M, going to therapy sessions, seeing a Catholic priest in private, going to church, and wearing religious items at all times, and absolutely nothing worked. We're both exhausted at this point. It was so bad, M refused to even come to my graduation ceremony, even when I offered to pay full expenses for flight and hotels for the whole family when they brought up the fact that money would be an issue. Do we have to come? Won't BF be there? Besides, boot camp was the big, important graduation, so can't we just skip this one? Later, when I texted them that I would be hanging out with BF's family instead, M was absolutely fuming and refused to talk to me for an entire week. I fell into a deep depression from not being allowed to see BF normally anymore, not even being allowed to call or text because M was monitoring my phone records. M insisted I stay on her phone plan, and would get frantic and anxious whenever I mentioned switching to my own, and being constantly told by M that, you ruined my health and me as a person. I'll never be normal again. I was so bad, I only got up to muster for work and just lied in bed every other time. When I did see M and SD again, after moving to my next duty station, I was called a selfish bitch by SD for not considering M's feelings and for treating her so coldly. Needless to say, the night ended on a bad note, and I just collected what I needed from them and left for bed. Let's skip to a year and a half later. Me and BF have been together for over 2 years. At this point, we're engaged, and, for the majority of this time, M believes that we're no longer together, and I let her think that. That is, until not too long ago, while overseas, I get a frantic, angry phone call. M, 21 missed calls in and texting me in the middle of shift, hello. Me, What's wrong this time? I'm in the middle of a shift. M, why is this location number in your call history? Is that BF? Me, yes mom, it's BF. M, how dare you? That man is dangerous. I told you to stop talking to him. Me, he is not dangerous. I've told you that. M, you can't come home anymore. Me, don't do this please. I promise he's not dangerous. I'm frantic at this point, so I try to play up to the whole demon possession thing. I saw it leave. He's safe now. M, no, it lies. Me, please don't do this right now. I promise everything is okay, and I would never bring someone in who'd hurt my family anyways. M, no, you can't come home anymore. You're a liar. We're turning your phone off tomorrow. At this point, I'm hysterical. I try to call everyone I know, try to call my brother and explain, and frantically trying to get up with BF. I have to stop in the middle of a shift because I'm inconsolable at this point. And then I get another text from SD that read like, SD, hey sweetheart. I'm cutting off your phone tomorrow when I get home from work. We didn't want to do this, but your lies and betrayal has forced us to do this. Please don't try to contact us, your brothers, or anyone else in the family again. We told them there was a situation and that you're out. I love you and hope the best for you. I lost everything in the span of an hour. I could only text BF what had happened between me and M, and told my now 17-year-old brother that I'm sorry for everything, and to tell our younger siblings that I love them, that I never abandoned them, and that he always has a home with me if he just couldn't handle living there anymore. B told me to give it 4 or 5 years, but, even if my parents ever tried to contact me again, I don't think I'd even be able to forgive them for what they did because it just cut me that deeply. I still feel hurt to this day, and I needed BF to look after me for a long time because this whole incident destroyed me emotionally and took away my will to live. No one in my family will even talk to me now because M warned them against me without even telling them what happened anymore. A part of me is happy I'm finally free from M's torment, but I'm going to be hurt from this for a long time because I'll likely never see my brothers again. BF is literally the last person I have left until my brothers are old enough to know that M is full of shit. TLDR, I hooked up with a guy in boot camp. My entitled, religious mother goes ballistic because she believes he's possessed by a demon, and I get excommunicated from my family when I refuse to break up with him. When I get a working phone again, I'll be sure to update with links to screenshots of the final text messages I have saved to my phone.